Everybody of the internet, my name is Skip Venture, and in today's video we're gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. In this case, it is, the cactus story. Now, alright, one second. I'm gonna take you guys out of my ear for a second. Now, the cactus story is a story that my friends want me to tell people, and I figured that I might as well live stream it so that I have more stuff for my channel to dick around with. So, dicks out for Harambe, as people will say. Putting my friends back in. Okay, I can hear you guys again. Yay. Hello. Yeah, so the cactus story, it's a pretty funny story. The cactus story starts with Little Skip. But this is not when Little Skip was Skip. This is when Little Skip was Walk. I don't know how to tell this story. What? Okay. So, I'm gonna just take you guys out. The Little Skip story, or Walk story rather, starts with me and my, well, unfortunate night out on the porch alone. This is the cactus story. I've said that quite a few times now. Let's start actually talking. Let's go! Alright, let me just put my hands back on the controller so you guys have something to look at. I was a small boy who got upset for no real reason. Now, when I got upset, I didn't know how to vent my anger, and to this day I still don't really know how. That's pretty complex shit. But the thing is that I couldn't hit anything, because if I hit something I'd break it, and I couldn't really yell anything because it was in the middle of the night when this current thing takes place. So, I did the one thing that I could think of, which I highly regret, and that was taking the manhole date with a saguaro cactus. Yeah, the manhole date with the saguaro cactus. Sounds much weirder now that I say it. Let me just knife that one as well. Well, a little bit of backstory. This saguaro cactus's name was Archie, okay? Now, whenever Archie would bud flowers and bear fruit, we would call Archie Bloom. Archie Bloom was a pretty cool cactus. He was pretty, but okay, we've got a dude. Alright, we're gonna slide away from that. I'll check that message actually right now. Ooh, I'm about to die!
By the manhole.
The manhole? Okay, we're waiting for this to load. The manhole being... Use your imagination. Okay. Ow, that hurt. Okay, that just really hurt. The manhole being my rectum. Well, yeah, you got it. Now, I'm not proud of this, but I told you guys I'd tell the story. So, Little Walk goes out there, super angry, not knowing how to vent my anger. And then I see Little Archie, as a saguaro, sticking his hand out. Because he had just split into his head and then one arm of his, he kind of looked like a baby coat rack, if you will. Well, I was angry, so I just kind of let the coat rack into my body. And, it was a literal pain in the ass. Please, somebody kill me. Well, what comes with that is that I was not done there. Since Archie was a cactus, and cacti have spines on them, they punctured my flesh, and they didn't want to come out. Because, like, Archie has hooks. Like, some of his spikes were hooked to, it was very uncomfortable, and I'm still a little scarred to this day about it. But honestly, well, anyways, I sit down on Archie. I do the manhole date. I do the cave exploration, if you will. Other figures of speech for it. And, well, I scream out in pain, because it hurts like hell, because that's kind of how cactus work. And then my dad comes out to the porch, and he sees me squatting over Archie on his pot, and just me bleeding out of my ass.
I don't think this is a dream.
Why am I telling this story to a bunch of strangers on the internet? Well, I think I'm gonna not tell this story anymore because it's kind of gross. Anyway, long story short, a paramedic comes through my apartment complex that I live in, and he tells me that the way it's gonna go out is the same way it came in, and I basically shed all over Archie, and I finally get him out after like 2 hours of coaxing. Yeah. Wow, thanks Landon. I appreciate the constructive criticism. Well, I didn't know how to handle my aggression. And... Yep. Me beats me. And you know, it kind of brings me to a good like point, honestly, because I was thinking about like my past earlier. Yeah, but I was thinking about when I was a kid, right? And I realized that I got upset really easily. Like I had issues where I would like straight up bully kids when I was in 3rd grade. Yeah, Landon, could you tell me what I did? Because I can't remember exactly what I did, but I remember it was some bad shit. Really? Really? Oh. I'm trying to... There it is. Except for... Oh, that's a funny story in and of itself. Alright. Yep, I'm gonna tell that story on stream, yeah. Okay, back to the stream, humans. A long time ago, back in the days of old, when my friends and I were all in elementary school, the cool thing to do to get yourself swarming in that 5th grade puss was learning how to make rubber band bracelets. Now, not too many people learned how to do this, but me and a friend of mine, let's call him Jeffrey. My friend Jeffrey and I learned how to make rubber band bracelets really well. And one day he taught me how to make a specific bracelet called the dragon scale cuff. Now, the dragon scale cuff is unique, and in a comic that I once drew, that was like the unique factor about that person. Yes, Lanny, it's comic. But voices in my head. Excuse me, everybody. But we learned how to make the dragon scale cuff, and the dragon scale cuff was known as like one of the harder bracelets to make because of how complex it was. And so one day Jeffrey decides to show off one of his bracelets that he made, and it was a red and white dragon scale cuff that was super large, like really thick. Red and white, red and black. I can't really remember. Apparently it was red and black. I can tell from the voices inside of my head. But well, he showed me his red and black dragon scale cuff, and he's like, "Yo, man, I made this with the 10 peg pattern." And I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." He's like, "I'm gonna do the 12 peg next, and if you do the 12 peg before me, I'm gonna hate you." Because he wanted to be the first one in our friend group to make the 12 peg, because the 12 peg was pretty, like, neat, and it seemed harder because there were more rubber bands to keep track of. But really, it's just more rubber bands to keep track of. So I don't really understand. I'm in a fucking theater lobby. Excuse me. But so I decided, oh, let me go totally screw up Jeffrey and make my own 12 peg dragon scale bracelet. And so, just to spite him, I made a blue and black dragon scale bracelet. Well, I show up the next day, right? Wearing it, of course, because I have to wear all my pimpin' jewelry or else nobody will accept me in the society we live in today. So, you know, I wear it, and I show him, like, "Hey, man, I learned how to make the dragon scale." And he's like, "How many pegs did you use to make that?" And I'm like, "I used 12. And he's like, "Are you kidding me? We can't be friends anymore. I told you to not make this bracelet, and you made it anyway." So, you know, I mean, I don't really know how to feel about that. Yeah. But for the next 3 days, we could not stand looking at each other. And I remember it being even longer, but the voices inside of my head are telling me it was only a few days. So, you know, I thought that was kind of funny because we got upset at each other for a good few weeks over some plastic. I figured that was quality entertainment, and that's why I'm sharing this story. Yeah, but that's where the story ends, and I'm trying to crawl under the quick revive machine because you can grab change from under it, and it gives you points. Any other story requests? Voices inside of my head? Really? Are you sure? Alright, that's fair. Because I'm trying to think of neat stories that I have, but I'm not good at anything. So, you know. I'm also not interesting as a person, just in general. So, yeah. What? What? Jesus fucking Christ. What am I supposed to do with you? I mean, I don't have any other stories to tell, so you're the only person offering valuable commentary. Okay. Oh. Well. Oh, wait. How did that happen again? I don't remember that. Huh. Yeah, because, you see, the voices inside of my head are telling me to share the story of how one of my friends hurt themselves, and, well, fucking, there goes the element of surprise. Alright, let's go. No, they can't. Because you're in my head, remember? No. I'm not that technical. Well, shit, that's a good point. Now, for those of you who are actually trying to watch this, don't, because I don't make any actual points in this. So that's not a good idea. You know, she shares some pretty interesting stuff from time to time. Other voice in my head. Oh, well, I am insane. Alright, valuable commentary, Mr. Scipio. This water effect looks amazing if you have high def on, but I don't turn on high quality for my streams because my internet is worse than potato batteries. Yeah. Like, my Wi-Fi router is pretty much a potato battery.
He seemed pretty friendly with the magician, does he?
So, you know.
I'm not sure I trust that fucking shadow.
Well, it's that I can't stream. What? You should go, kill yourself, scum.
Why don't you go annoy someone else?
You know what you should do? You should heavily invest in bleach, my good sir.
I sure do with finding some ammo about now.
Oh, really? There we go. There we go. Alright, so I am probably gonna end this here because I can't make anything interesting. And I'm probably gonna delete this off my channel. So